Cooper, the girl who wrote the journey and did it awesome. Hello, my name is Lily Cooper. I am 10 3/4 years old. I love to read, write, and draw. I do karate and gymnastics, and I love cats. They're my favorite animal. More me. I also love to plan and throw parties, and I do not like cheerleading or watching football. I love macaroni and cheese as well as pizza and potatoes. Fun fact, I actually like school. Mine's going here. My first attempt to write a book did not go so well. I tried to write a book called The 5 Spirits. It was about, 5 spirits. I almost finished writing the book, but I took a break and I didn't look at it until the next year. When I looked at it the next year, I thought it was horrible. It was crazy, terrible, and absolutely all over the place. It was pandemonium. I thought that I couldn't fix that one, so I just stopped writing that one. The Journey is the book that I actually finished writing. It's about 2 cats who lose their home to humans, so they have to journey across the snowy mountains to find a new home. But the snowy mountains are dangerous. You might ask, why did I write this particular story about cats and journeying and stuff? Well, the reason I wrote about cats is because, I've read lots of books about cats, and I like them, and cats are also my favorite animal. And when I had already decided that I wanted to write a book about cats, someday I just got this light bulb in my brain that said, oh wow, I'm going to write a story about them losing their home, and then they have to journey, and they're going to journey through the snowy mountains. I'm going to read you an excerpt from the journey. Prologue. 2 cats played under the full moon at midnight. Above them, stars twinkled brightly, lighting their path. They hopped and rolled around on the ground carelessly. One was named Dawn, and the other was Raven. They played for some time, but soon grew tired and lay down. The last thing they heard before drifting off to sleep was a low rumbling sound that shook the ground. Chapter 1. Raven woke up to find human machinery cutting down trees. She watched as a human pushed a roaring machine up against a tree, which after a few seconds broke and fell to the ground. Raven rushed to rouse her sister. Dawn, Dawn, wake up! Humans are making all the trees fall down, she meowed as she nudged her sister lightly. They are destroying the forest. Dawn woke up and looked around. She stared, confused, at the humans. Then she stood up. She darted away towards some bushes nearby and watched from there. Raven crouched beside her. They watched as the humans cut down trees and carried them away. After a while, there were only a few trees left in the area. Transfixed, Dawn and Raven stared at the humans and the trees and the machinery. Raven knew that at some point, the humans would reach them and they would have to run away. But she sat there anyway. She longed to go over to the humans and investigate, but it was too dangerous, and she knew that Dawn would follow her. Raven didn't want that to happen. She would never forgive herself if Dawn were captured by the humans. Raven turned to look at her sister. Dawn was staring at the humans. Raven started to walk away. Her sister blinked and followed her. They walked for a minute. Eventually, there was no sound. Raven looked back. There were no more trees in the area they were just in, and the humans were gone. Now, it was just an empty clearing. As the sisters walked away, they both knew that they would soon have to leave their beloved forest. Chapter 2. Dawn felt like a bear was on her shoulders. Her home destroyed? It was almost too much for her to take. She had grown up in the forest, and she had watched her parents die in the forest. She wasn't prepared to leave it. She glanced at Raven. Her sister's eyes were filled with tears, and she was facing the ground. Dawn knew Raven was thinking the same thing she was. Where were they going to live? After the forest was destroyed, they couldn't stay there anymore. They would have to move. Dawn couldn't bear it any longer. She ran up to her sister and asked, "Where are we going to go? We can't possibly live here with no trees." Raven looked at her sadly and answered, I don't know. Then she went back to walking silently. Dawn let herself fall behind. Everything was going to change. She knew that she and Raven were going to have to prepare for the journey to their new home, so she planned to rest as soon as they found a place to stay for the night. It would be an understatement to say that Raven was feeling down. She had never felt worse. She couldn't believe that after all the years she and her sister had spent in the forest, they would have to leave. She knew that she and Dawn would have to prepare for the long trip to their new home. But one question still lingered in her mind. Where was their new home? She found it hard to think of living anywhere other than the forest she had been born in. No, they would have to find a forest similar to the one they were familiar with. It was the only way they could live through this change. Raven stopped walking, and Dawn bumped against her and fell. Raven helped her up and said, I guess we should prepare to leave. When are we going to leave? Dawn asked. Raven smiled weakly and answered, tomorrow. Why did I write? I wrote because my dad wrote. He wrote a book and I wanted to too. So he introduced me to NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. It's November. If you are a kid, not an adult, you pick your goal of how many words you want to write and write all to November. My goal was 15,000 words, and that 15,000 words in a month means 500 words a day for 30 days. It was hard, but it was worth it. This is a banner I got from NaNoWriMo for writing the journey. When I wrote. On school days, I wrote before school, during school, and after school. I carried my notebook around a lot so I could jot down as many words as I could before class and on the bus. When I got home from school, I would type it all in. On weekends, I would just sit down at my desk and write. That right there is where the journey was written. How I wrote. It was hard to write. In addition to having to write 500 words a day, I also had to juggle chores, homework, and karate on top of that, as well as family time. Most days I barely got a word in, and some days I barely even wrote at all. I didn't even write at all. So a few days I had to write 1,000 words. It was not easy keeping up, but I still did it. See that picture? How I finished. When I finished, I was jumping up and down. I was so excited. I had just wrote a book, but I still had to edit and publish it. When I edited it, my dad published it on CreateSpace. Then I found mistakes and edited again. Then I found mistakes and edited again. Then I found mistakes and edited again. I did a lot of editing. These are just some random pictures I just thought you should see. The first picture, the one on the left, is me at a board meeting or something with my principal. If you look right beside me on that shelf, you'll see that my book is on stand. And then the other picture is just about the stuffed cats. I love my stuffed cats. It's my collection. I collect them. How do you write a book when you're just a kid? Well, my advice is read a lot. Books, magazines, and yes, school books. Actually pay attention when your second grade reading teacher shows you how to write a paper. Ask your parents to go to the library. If you ask your parents to go to the library, you can get more books. And the more books you read, the more you learn and the better you are able to write. Find inspiration. Random objects, books, paintings, etc. You can find inspiration in a lot of things. Write many stories, just like 1 or 2 pages long, to exercise your brain and just for fun. More like how to write a book when you're just a kid. Write longer stories. Read bigger books. Listen to 4th grade teacher when she shows you how to write a better paper. Ask questions. Never be afraid to ask questions. Ask an adult, like, how to do something, or if you don't understand something, or if you just want to know, how do I do this? Never be afraid to ask them. Light bulb and brain. that's when you get the idea, oh, so I want to write a story about this. This is what I'm going to write. That's when I got the idea, oh, I'm going to write a story about cats who do this and this and this. Plan a story. It's better if you plan your story. I planned my story, and like, you know how the 5 spirits, the one that I didn't do well, I had not planned that story. I just thought, I'm going to write about 5 spirits, then I'm going to do this. I hadn't planned. But then I planned the journey, and then I knew what I was going to write, and it turned out way better. Set a goal. I probably wouldn't have gotten through the book as quick as I did if I hadn't set a goal. If you set a goal, it pushes you to do that much stuff, and it'll help you get along. Start to write. Just start writing. If you're a kid and you're writing, write every day. Try not to slack off that much. I know I did that a lot. Write every day. Even if you're like, oh, I can't do this, I can't think of anything, still try to write that day. And just write at least a little bit. Bring notebook to school, or just in the car and write. I brought a notebook to school. It's much easier to, like, if you're a kid and you have to do a bunch of stuff, like, and you have to go to school, that takes up a lot of your day. You can't just bring a notebook. You can jot down your ideas that you have, or just write a little bit. Ask more questions. Don't be afraid to ask more questions. Find a quiet place to write. Most of the time it's better to find a quiet place to write instead of just like in a big place with a million kids screaming, ah! It's harder to write whenever people are doing that. So just find a quiet place to write. Read lots more books. Just read a lot of books. Fill your brain up. Never give up. Never give up writing if you think, I can't do this, or just don't give up. Push through it. Just keep going. Don't give up. When you're a kid and you finish writing your book, number 1, edit. It's a lot of times when you write, you think, oh, this is an awesome story. There's like no mistakes or anything. But then, and you think it's all good. Then, what I advise you to do is like wait a week or 2 or maybe a month or something, and after you finish writing your story and then go back, I almost promise you that you will find a lot of mistakes. I found like millions of mistakes. Once I found these mistakes, I was like I thought it was good, but then I found this mistake. It was something referring to another character. I was talking about a different character. It's hard to explain. It was really weird. Just edit. It'll probably turn out better. Read to others. Read to your parents. Read to your younger siblings. Maybe read to your friends. It would be good. Get other people interested, and then maybe because sometimes people could cheer you on and help you along. Make your own cover. Even if you plan to have a professional cover, like later on, you can still make your own cover. Like just draw a thing. I drew my cover. I am going to get someone else to write a cover, but for now I have my own cover. It just shows that this is your book and you wrote it, and also it could be fun too. Ask an adult to help publish. I had to ask my dad to publish. Well, he said he would publish it. because I didn't understand anything about poetry. Keep on writing. After you finish writing your book, keep on writing. Even if you don't want to write another book, you can still just keep on writing to exercise your brain or just for time. Have fun. It's better to have fun while doing something than not have fun. You don't want to be like, oh, I didn't have any fun, never going to do this again. You can have fun while doing the things. It's just love learning. Don't be afraid to present your book to others. I'm presenting my book to you and stuff. Set a goal. We already talked about that. Do your best. Do your best in writing, do your best in reading, do your best in a lot of things. But we're talking about writing right now, so do your best in writing, do your best while editing, do your best while stuff. Yeah. Do your best while drawing, do your best in your show. Try again. You know how I failed at writing 5 Spirits? I tried again, and I wrote The Journey. So, and it turned out better, and I actually published it. So, try again. Don't give up. I expect to see more books from me in the future.